Guys, welcome to Brand X Reviews. You may have seen a few days ago I did my own review of the film Spectre, but I've brought the core in on this one just because he had a bit of input to kind of add to the whole thing. So this is going to be spoiler.
Yeah, we're getting into spoilers this time.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you think anyway? I liked it.
I definitely liked it. I like the way it tied together all the other films. And it pretty much made it clear that's what was going to happen right from the start, because they showed like images of like Lashith and what was the guy in Skyfall?
Silver.
Yeah. They kind of showed like images of like the other guys that he's fought kind of during the what would you call it? Where they played the theme.
Just
kind of the opening
music.
credits.
Yeah, and kind of the imagery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on the theme. It did the job, but it was very generic Bond theme.
Yeah, I mean, I always said it. I see how it plays in the film, and didn't think it really went with the theme because it was very kind of downbeat. The theme, and the film itself was quite. It's probably the most humorous Bond film, I think. Anyway, it has a lot of cliches as well, a lot of old Bond film cliches. This to me felt like the first Bond film we've had in a lot. Since the Pierce Brosnan era, that was typical Bond film, less kind of doing what they did, which isn't necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. It's just an observation, but. That was just my kind of thinking on that. How do you think they handled Spectre? It was good to see, them...
I hope in some ways this leads to a bit of a re-evaluation of Quantum of Solace, which was kind of... People are a bit, it's not that good. Well, yeah, it's all building up to Spectre. I mean, that's what Quantum was. I mean, you go straight back, you get references to Vesper Lind... so that guy who was going after White, that's the guy he went after at the end of Casino Royale and into...
Well, that is Mr. White.
Yeah. I was double checking. It's been a while since I've seen him, so you're the expert in that one.
Well, if you remember, Mr. White was the one that was like the top guy in Casino Royale. They actually got to see. We knew that there was more to it. There was like a kind of like a
because it's like talking about like we've got people everywhere, and it turns out they've got somebody in the very room with them.
Yeah, it was in Quantum of Solace, but because
like M's like, look, florists say that you don't actually expect them to have somebody in the fucking room with you at the time.
But yeah, I mean, Mr. White was somebody who had a lot of connection to Vesper Lind, and for James Bond, he was the enemy. He was the one that essentially was making Vesper Lind kill herself. So that he was the bad guy as far as James Bond went. But I think
you even find when he's going through like White's things, there's like Vesper Lind's interrogation kind of video.
Yeah, on video.
So I think they did like mention in Casino Royale that they kind of like fucked her over and like messed with her and like tortured her and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know if they said torture as such, but they did like
It was implied.
Yeah.
If you read the book, it was a very similar thing as well. They kind of took her in a room, they took him into a room, but that's Casino Royale anyway. What else could we really say about this going in? Like I say, I was interested in how Skyfall was going to tie into this, because to me that felt like a standalone film when it came out, but now they've linked it in by saying that Silver was a member of Spectre, which is really great because it's the first time since the Sean Connery era where you've had such continuity from film to film.
Yeah, and it was also interesting that they gave like spoilers, Blofeld, a direct link to Bond. Because I thought, like, what they're going to be brothers or something? Like Bond was adopted. It kind of
surrogate.
It basically it kind of leaves it far enough through the film that I was going like, what, are they not going to explain this? I mean, they've kind of hinted at a couple of things, but they haven't really explained it. But no, at the end it gets properly explained. You're like, all right, yeah, I see how this all fits together now, and why the first time he sees him he goes like, cuckoo, and you're like, what the hell? Yeah, that's like creepy, but what the fuck?
Yeah. It's quite effective, but a bit random.
It's like, usually we're the random bastards. Like, we don't usually use that in films from villains.
If it was me, I'd be like, yes, it was the Topher. And you're like, no, or whatever. So, Topher reference there to throw out. But, I thought it was really good how they kind of threw in a lot of nods to Blofeld, like him having a scar, gets a scar down his face. Now, that doesn't mean that that's how Blofeld got his scar and you only live twice. It's not like that because there's no continuity like that in this, if you're going to look at it that way. But it pays kind of homage to it. He's got a white fluffy cat. There's maybe a few other little things as well. Some of the clothes he was wearing was fairly reminiscent. But he always said, I'm not Blofeld. I'm sure he said that in like an interview or said it.
And for a while he isn't. What was his...
non-name remember.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is, but eventually he's like, it's alright, I've given up that name. I use my mother's name. Stavro Blofeld.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, whoa, hey! Yeah, I mean, for such a long time, we haven't...
Franz Oberhauser, that's it.
Yeah, and he's now Stavro Blofeld. So that was good, because I was thinking, like, is it going to be Blofeld, but he's not actually going to be called Blofeld? No, full-on Blofeld.
It is. It is. So, that was kind of what they did with his character. Some of the other actors in it, what do you think of Dave Bautista in it? You know, Drax the Destroyer. I thought he was really good. Mr. Hinks.
Yeah, the kind of like...
That guy.
The
guy. The odd job.
Yeah, it does seem to have a bit... They don't make a big thing of it, but kind of the first time you see him, he kind of kills somebody by like gouging their eyes out while like crushing their head. And I think he's got something like with his like nails, because they almost look like they were metal. So I do think he's supposed to be like the Jaws allegory.
Well, I said I know it's kind of weird thing. There's a bit on the fight on a train, which is reminiscent to like some of the others, like From Russia with Love, Spy Who Loved Me, Live and Let Die. There's where he gets a rope tied around his neck, and it's got these like barrels, and the barrels like pop off like one at a time, and then it yanks him out. That kind of reminded me of the barrel thing in the film Jaws with the shark, where they've got these barrels. But then I think in Jaws, James Bond film connection. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be reaching, but I definitely think he was meant to be the Jaws allegory. I mean, they didn't really go Jaws again because, again, I think you'd have trouble doing that the same way. I mean, he was kind of cool for what he was, but at the same time, I think bringing him back would have been a bit... Couldn't you do something a bit better? Well, they did something different, which I liked.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
And also, this is a character who isn't definitively killed. I mean, he could very well have broken his neck when he gets yanked out of the train by the barrels.
You didn't see a body.
But you don't see a body. You don't even see him hitting the ground. Like I say, they could take that either way. He could be alive. He could be dead.
I hope he comes back, to be honest, because I quite like. He was a fair wrecking ball, wasn't he? In that train, you were kind of thinking, "Wow," kind of thing. But question.
I mean, that was kind of his thing. He was like Jaws. You could punch him. You could beat him. He even get kind of winged by a bullet. It doesn't really slow him down much.
Yeah.
He's just that unstoppable wrecking machine to kind of counteract that Bond's a bit more... I mean, okay, Bond in these is a bit more brutal than he has been. He's not quite as fancy in his moves, but he is still kind of... Bond isn't exactly a wrecking ball. You know, he's more skill over just brute, strength, whereas this guy is just brute strength.
And there's a lot of it. But yeah, it does ask, where are they going to go further with this? Because I kind of, in my own mind, have thought, it's partly based on the fact that I wasn't happy how they ended the Pierce Brosnan thing. And I always thought, that's not his last film, he's going to come back and do another one, hopefully better than Die Another Day. And that didn't happen. I'm thinking with this one, Daniel Craig's probably not going to come back. He might do, but probably not. They've kind of rounded it off. I feel like I've said goodbye to the character and they've tied it off. They probably will continue it with Spectre and Blofeld and Ray Fiennes as M.
I mean, definitively, they don't kill Blofeld. He doesn't escape at the end. They capture him, but Bond makes a choice. He's like, "I've beaten you. I've caught you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm throwing away my author PPK and I'm going off with a girl at the end."
Rides off into the sunset. That bit at the end where Q is in the basement and the doors open, the last scene, you kind of get the feeling it's the last scene as it's playing. I honestly thought David Beckham was going to walk out those doors as new James Bond. I didn't really, that's bullshit.
No, although you did say it would be kind of funny if it was... basically this scene in the film where Bond nicks this car that was meant for 009. And you did think it'd be kind of funny if the doors opened and it was either Idris Elba or David Beckham or somebody else that have had these stupid rooms it's going to be Bond. He's like, "I'm 009, where the fuck's my car?"
That would have been awesome. I would have tipped my hat if they put David Beckham in for that bit. As much as I hate David Beckham, that would have been good.
Well, I don't hate him, but I just don't think he'd be a good Bond. I mean,
I mean, hate him as a James Bond, I mean.
Yeah. That would not work.
No. But we're running out of time anyway, so I think we're better cut it short. But yeah, really great film. Glad we went to see it.
Yeah, good film, good action. The way it ties together all the other Daniel Craig films is really good. It makes them more of... I mean, they already were an ongoing thing. You definitely felt like Quantum was a direct follow-on from Casino. And now this ties Skyfall in neatly as well, so it is one continuous... I mean, Blofeld even says, "I am the architect of every one of your, pain. I'm behind M's death. Vesperlin, that was me."
It was me.
Shut up.
So yeah, I think we'll leave that. Good film, yeah.
Good film. Big hearty recommend. So maybe you want to go back and watch all the ones leading up to that again, so...
Yeah. So I'm going to leave it there anyway. I said this in one of the other videos. For charity, I'm doing a sponsored growing of my moustache. Well, I don't have a moustache, but hopefully I will end in November. Throughout November, I'm not
He
shaving.
better have to, or I'm demanding my money back.
Yeah, so if you want to sponsor me for that, there's going to be a link on the website, brandxreviews.com.
I mean, if you've got some preference on what kind of moustache, like a walrus one or like a big curly one, comment, suggest. The votes, he'll have to do it.
It's going to look stupid. It's not even going to be like a full thing. It'll just grow.
Well, just don't do the Hitler thing, okay? That's in bad taste.
No. I'll do what FB did and just get some...
No, you're not drawing it on with, like, stencil.
FB, Queen of the Desert. But, alright, yeah, so there's a link to the Just Giving page on Braddock's Reviews underneath this video.
Yeah, personally, my vote is going for, like, 80s porn stash myself.
Shut up! 70s porn star. But yeah, no, so we'll leave there. There's some information coming up now on how you can follow us on social media. So for now, we're going to say... some kind of James Bond thing. No, I don't really work, does it? Whatever.
Vodka martini, shaken, not stirred.
That's it. Yeah, you don't end a video like that. Whatever. Anyway, see you later.
We're gonna go get drunk. See you.
Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just so you know, for more news, reviews and retrospectives, you can like our page on Facebook, simply called Brand X Reviews. But as well as that, you can also subscribe to us on YouTube via this video. You can also bookmark our website, which is brandxreviews.com, which is pretty much a central hub for everything that I've just mentioned. So check that out and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.